reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
Well, I'm Ben from MMO Reporter, and with me we've got the super evil Megacorp team, who have brought the first ever MOBA to tablets mobile. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Stephan Sherman. I'm Captain Nito in game, and I'm lead game designer.
Hi, I'm Q, otherwise known as Surprise Birthday, and I'm the lead product designer.
I'm George Deacon Liu, and I'm the video community manager at Super Evil.
And then, of course, behind me we got...
Oh, here, hi, I'm Heini. I'm the marketing director, also known as Evil Finn. Maybe you can see me. Almost.
Yep.
Hi!
Alrighty, guys, well, you guys have a gorgeous product on your hand. I mean, it's beautiful, and it runs very smooth. It's on a tablet. You guys right now are just releasing it on iTunes.
Yeah.
Do you guys have plans for future releases on any other platforms?
So right now we're completely focused on iOS. We have a really awesome technology engine that powers Vainglory called the Evil Engine. That was like 10 man-years of work. And that is really agile, so it allows us to go into any direction that we would think of. But for the moment, we're still completely focused on iOS.
Okay, well that makes sense. I mean, it's a beautiful product and it runs absolutely smooth. I was watching you play with all the tapping across that screen.
Yep.
Can you explain that method to me again?
The sort of double finger tapping.
Double tapping.
Yeah, sure. So it has many names actually. It could be called orb walking, stutter step micro, or kiting. And on a tablet, it's actually exceptionally easy because you can do it with 2 fingers. 1 finger on each side, one to attack the thing you want to kill, and the other to reposition your character. And it just allows you to very, very quickly and with very, very little hand strain, instead of moving back and forth like this, and just losing track of where your hand is and losing track of the object that you want to target, you actually maintain your offensive finger here and your defensive finger on the other side, and you can just kite like a real pro.
Yeah.
Watching you guys play it looks natural on a tablet, like it belongs there instead of on PC. So what you guys are bringing to the table looks like a market breaker. You guys are bringing something brand new, and it looks like it could make quite a bit of money. What is this going to be a free to play? Is this I saw that you guys have a rotation of characters that are free for a little while.
Yeah.
And then are you going to be purchasing characters later, or how does that work?
So we currently allow heroes to be unlocked permanently. Players can spend in-game money for that. But beyond that, we haven't announced any of our monetization plans. In our first phase of the game, we really wanted to make sure that the game felt authentic and that we really built the community and that we let our players signal to us that we were on the right track, that this was really an authentic, hardcore game experience on a touch device. And so our focus hasn't been primarily on monetization. That may change down the road, but for now, we're really focusing on retaining players more than...
And it looks great, so...
Something to add on that is that we take it very seriously that the game won't be pay to win at any point in time. So, and it's also like unlimited free to play. So although mobile games have a reputation for paywalls and timers, and stuff, we have none of that.
Yeah, we don't.
Just like to make it clear, none of that.
Awesome. As much as you want.
Yes.
So, like I said, it looks gorgeous. It runs smooth. How much space is that going to take on a tablet? I mean...
You're talking about memory space?
Yeah.
So actually the memory overhead is phenomenally low. Now it's a MOBA, so that means that we're going to continue to release heroes, and every time we release heroes, the download size of the package itself is going to actually grow. But in memory, the game is really, really tightly fit. The game runs on an iPad 2, which is actually a pretty low-end technical device. This is long before they were even thought of as actually like gaming tablets.
Right.
And that's because we have optimized our game significantly so that the memory footprint, while it's running, is very, very small.
Okay, now it sounds to me like because this is on mobiles and tablets, there's a lot of constraint, a lot of barriers for you guys to break down. What kind of issues did you run into?
I mean, starting out, it was all about input. Getting the controls correct was the biggest barrier because if you realize on an iPad, your screen is also your input, which means that the moment that your hand is committing input, you're also blocking your vision. So the fact that your hands are blocking what you see, but you also need to be able to use your hands to dictate what your hero does, was a really big challenge for us. While you see that we ended up with a tap to move kind of strategy,
Right.
but a lot of this came down to figuring out how do we help players put their hands in a position where they're not going to be covering the screen very much. That's why you don't see drags and swipes or any kind of movement that will end up causing your hand to take microseconds, milliseconds in front of your eyes and blocking the action. We just have a single tap, happens immediately, and then your hand gets out of the way. That was a really big turning point for us for figuring out how the controls could really be enabling hardcore and high-level play. That was just a start. The challenges on the device, everything from memory to lighting and technologies, core engine issues, how we do our update cycles and our release patterns, everything had to be reimagined for this device. But we started with this device, and we thought about how to complement that device, and I think that's why Vainglory turned out to be as authentic and as true to the experience as it turned out to be.
Well, it looks gorgeous, guys, and I have to commend you all on that work. Now, this engine that you created for it, you said 10 man-years?
10 man-years.
Okay.
So the primary, I would be remiss if I did not say it, the primary architect behind the engine is my co-founder, Tommy, our co-founder, Tommy. He's not with us in the room. He is an exceptional engine engineer. He worked on Killzone 2, Guerrilla Games, had made engines for Sony for a number of years, and he and I wrapped up the rest of the engine in the 2 years prior to starting Vainglory. We worked solely on just the technology underneath the hood, but that engine is what powers Vainglory and gives it its beauty, its visuals, and its high performance.
Well, that's excellent. Okay, so we have a professional MOBA player, and you were brought onto the team later, and your purpose was to help put input for some of these new players, or how to maximize playability of these characters. What was your function on the team?
Well, his first function, though, was to whip us.
Kick our asses.
Yeah,
Just
completely kick our butts in the game, and then he can.
So as I said,
Yeah.
my job is to kick their butts, and do it often. But seriously though, my job, I'm a video community manager, so I basically take care of our Twitch streamers, our YouTubers, help them out, give them whatever they need. And in addition to that, I also help with the hero design, help with balancing, and just make sure everything feels good.
And you're on our stream.
Oh yeah, I'm on our stream.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Vainglory.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Now, do you help create any of the characters? I mean, have you gotten a chance to make your own character and say this one's mine?
I haven't made one that's purely mine. I just joined a team fairly recently, but I'm helping out a lot with the new hero creation.
Absolutely. Like we will drag him into every game design conversation we have about heroes that he can spare the time for, and all of his input that he provides is super valuable. Super valuable.
Okay, well, going out there, looking at your displays, watching all the stuff I've seen on the internet about this game, even the iPhone commercials that I've seen,
Yeah.
makes me want to play it. It makes me insanely jealous that it's not on any other platform except for iPhone. But I am terrible. Okay, if this guy is God, I am a snail. Okay, I cannot play a MOBA.
Yeah.
But I want to play a MOBA because I saw this. Now, how is it going to be for people like me?
So we actually added a completely new area of the game, this tutorial area and a set of challenges to try and help introduce people to Vainglory at a pace that's much more comfortable to them. So you'll always have that initial getting your feet wet experience of playing against real live players, but to start off, we have a really simplified and elegant tutorial that will take you by the hand and walk you through how a MOBA works and explains the basic concepts of what makes a MOBA the kind of game experience that it is, what to expect when you are playing with real players. That experience and cultivating that onboarding and making sure that people have the opportunity to really understand the game before they have to play the game is a big part of our initiatives, even moving forward, and we're constantly improving on that.
Awesome.
My advice is actually find people you like and play with them. They don't have to be good at the game, just people that you like.
Okay.
The matchmaker is going to pair you with people roughly equal skill. You're going to lose half the time, but you're playing with people you like, you're going to have fun anyway, and you'll learn to get better.
Great. So there is matchmaking. Now,
Yes.
this is a 3-on-3, so you can play with friends, or you can just be matched with anybody that's
Yes.
currently in game.
Yep.
How does all that work? I mean,
So if you want to play with other people, we will find people of your skill level and match you with those people. We also take into account people's good citizenship, which in our game we call karma. So players that stick around, finish out their games, play with their friends, those kinds of people tend to be the kind of people that if you also mimic that behavior, you will tend to be matched with. So you're going to end up being matched with people that are going to be at your skill level and, more importantly, have your level of commitment to the product. So it should make it very easy and organic for players to be able to make social connections and make friends.
Okay. So if I end up playing with a lot of people and drop in the middle of the game all the time, I'm going to get paired with people like that as well.
Yes. Yes, you will.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. And very quickly is the key. It is karmic.
That's a very nice feature.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, is there anything that you guys want to bring to this interview? Anything else?
Oh, we have a new hero. I mean, we'll always have new heroes coming out, but we're really excited to talk about our next batch of heroes that are coming out because they all have an interwoven story. So rather than thinking of each hero as a one-off, we're now doing heroes as groups of heroes that all share a similar story. And it's like each hero, you're taking part in playing one member of a cast of an entire story that you see unfold over several months. So the first chapter of this sort of like stories from Vainglory involves 3 heroes. We haven't named who the other 2 are, though if you read any of the lore that we've been teasing, you might be able to guess who the other 2 heroes are going to be.
Okay.
But the first hero, Arden, he's a single parent father of 2 kids who was a refugee from a war and an incredibly fierce protector. This guy is our next hero coming up, and the story that he tells, the characters that he was involved with, is absolutely fascinating to watch unfold. I think it's going to be super, super exciting. We're going to be talking even more about Arden tomorrow, so on our Twitch stream, we're going to be doing some stuff with Arden that we would love for people to take a look at.
Okay, what was your Twitch stream again?
So you can find us on Twitch at twitch.com/Vainglory. Twitch.tv/Vainglory. And you can also watch the Twitch stream at Twitch's live Twitch stream tomorrow. We're going to be there at 12:45.
Awesome. Okay, now before I let you guys go, you brought up the new hero.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And now I have questions about your characters. How many characters are you releasing at a time? How many are available at a time?
So right now we have a roster of characters that's 12 strong, and we are releasing heroes as fast as we possibly can make them, which usually turns out to be between 2 to 4 weeks. It depends on the hero and the complexity and any of the other things that we're working on. Arden and the other heroes that will be part of this group of heroes, they're all being released one at a time, but we're going to be telling one long-form story across each of their releases as we stagger them out.
Okay, and what is your end goal towards characters? I mean, do you plan on having a gallery of characters that is 144 characters long?
I mean, we don't want to... I don't know if 144 is really the key, but we want to have a lot. Definitely close to that number, but... I think that at that point, once you start getting into really big numbers like that, there's a lot more creative things that you can do with those heroes. And eventually, what you will likely see is our heroes will be bucketed by seasons, where we are going to emphasize a group of heroes for a single season of Vainglory, and then likely some of those heroes will go into a vault and may have only limited access. There's a lot that we've been experimenting with, but no matter what, for the early phase of Vainglory, you're going to see heroes just coming out in a regular cadence, and it's going to be great.
Okay, well, I have to say your product looks wonderful. I mean, I can't wait to spend more time out there playing on it.
Awesome.
I suck at MOBAs. But, I mean, you guys, you look like you can already jump into the future and already plan Vainglory 2 and Vainglory 3.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
So, good luck to you all.
Thank you, sir.
And great job.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.